Hello. I am very sleepy. I just woke up from a nap. If I can just say for a sec, I'm a little concerned. I'm sleeping a lot lately. Woo. When I wake up in the morning, I fall back to sleep. Like, no matter what I do, I could get up, get about, make myself a coffee. But once I settle back down a little bit, I just start dozing off. And I can't stay awake. And then I have to nap in the afternoon. And I'm sleeping way too much. I don't know, man. I think it might be a new med, so I'm going to try to get off of it. But I'm very sleepy right now, just so you're prepared for sleepy TK. But hello everybody, good evening. It's basically Ohio for me because I just woke up, but but hello Barry, Sergeant, good to see you. Pull yourself away from Persona. We got Steel here. I saw Tabari over. Tabari was first. Congrats to Tabari. Mech Ocean, good to see you too. Good evening everybody. I see Barry asked if we should give the bucket a name. Should we give the bucket a name or should it just be Bucket? What do you think? Ugh, I wish I couldn't nap. Trust me. The naps just take over me at random. I'll just be... okay, here's the biggest problem. My TV is right in front of the bed. So I have to be in bed to watch TV. So I'll just be watching TV and then... Good night. The summer heat, yeah, that could be part of it. I also had COVID a couple weeks ago, and that's sort of around when it started, so I may still be, like, slowly recovering, so I might just be exhausted from that. But I'm gonna, listen, I need to try real hard to get up at the same time in the morning, see if maybe I just need to get back into a sleep schedule that's normal, like, a normal 8 hours or whatever, and see what happens. I don't know. But I'm gonna hold myself accountable here by saying I'm gonna try and start waking up at 8 every morning. Wait, pause that. Steel, thank you for the sub. That's so exciting. Thank you so much. You're my 5th subscriber. Congrats. Thank you for that. You can't nap, I can't nap at all. Last time I napped was long ago in kindergarten. Dang! No, I nap a lot. And it's usually when I'm napping, I get some seriously crazy dreams and sleep paralysis. Hi, Vulgaire? Vulgaire? Is that how I say your name? Hi! I'm doing alright. I'm sleepy and I'm also hungry. I'm sorry guys, I'm gonna be eating on stream. I hope you guys don't mind. Oh yeah, I'm nocturnal too, Tabari, so my sleep schedule is insanely weird. Recently I tried changing my schedule to like an early morning one. No, it's just, I'm not built for that. I'm just not built for that. Okay, yeah, Barry, let's hold a new pact. I need to get up at 8 in the morning. And I'm also, listen, I'm doing a few different things to try and be a little healthier. I'm going to try and wake up at 8 every morning. I'm getting off that new med that I'm on to see if that helps. I'll talk to my doctor about it. I take it for migraines. So I don't know what I'm going to do about it, but I guess, like I said, we'll talk to my doctor. Or I'll talk to my doctor. So wake up at 8. Exercise every weekday. I'll take a break on the weekends, then I'll have a couple days. Right now I work out 3 days a week, so I'll be going to 5 days a week. And I also want to try and eat healthier. I've been eating pretty low calorie because I'm trying to lose some chub. to admit I got a little bit of chub I need to get rid of, especially before summer. You know how it is. You gain some chub in the winter, and so you're like, oh, for summertime, I need to slim up. So I'm trying to do that. Oh, is my food here?
What's up, gamers? I got soup.
Oh, look at that. My lovely husband has brought me food. Thank you. But yeah, I'm gonna try and eat a little bit better and exercise more. Let's see. You wake up at 6 a.m. Steel? Oh, that sucks. Oh, Adderall would definitely keep you awake. I totally understand that. That makes sense. Oh, you're gonna go on medicine soon for your anxiety? I hope that goes well. Take it from me. Take it from me. I've been on probably 3 times as many medicines as I'm currently on because I've tried so many different things for so many different conditions. I have both physical and mental things I take medicines for. It might take a few tries. Unfortunately, when it comes to medications, it's just kind of throwing stuff on the wall and seeing what sticks. So be prepared for it maybe not working, but maybe it'll work wonders and you'll get it first try. I've had that with a couple medications and that's great. And I hope it goes well. Yes, the TK husband was here. He brought me my food and I will be eating it on stream probably very slowly, but I am hungry. Oh, there's beans in this. I didn't know he was putting beans in this. He made me stew. Oh, you got Stanley Parable, Sergeant? It's so hilarious. I love it. You take CBD for knee pain? You know what? I've tried CBD. One, it's pretty expensive. Unless you get it like doctor prescribed, which in my state you can't unless you have epilepsy. That's the only way you can get it doctor prescribed. But it I don't know. It doesn't really seem to do much for me. I would try it more. I've only tried it a couple times, but I would try it more if it were cheaper. You just hope it'll have a placebo effect. You know, that's not too bad. I know a lot of people kind of complain about things being a placebo, but you know, ultimately if it works, it works. Maybe it's a placebo, but if it works, it works. Oh, you also, Barry, you have medicine to help you sleep? That's good. I had a lot of trouble sleeping for a while, but one of my medicines that I take for my bipolar, actually I take right before bed, and it makes me drowsy, so it helps me sleep. And it, honestly, it's great for that, because I used to take like an hour or two to fall asleep. I'd lay in bed for an hour or two before I'd actually fall asleep, and it was the worst. I could not stand it. And even now, it still takes me at least 30 minutes, but it's a lot better than it used to be. Yeah, I have a very bumpy relationship with sleep. I can't fall asleep. Like, it takes me a long time to fall asleep. And then once I am asleep, I can't wake up. It's like, I don't know what it is. I hate it. I wish I could just skip sleep. Like, can I just be like the, you know, the woman in Meet the Robinsons who invented the caffeine patch? I'll just cover myself in caffeine patches and I'll never sleep again. You have ADHD and high-functioning autism? Alright. Yeah, I understand. To be honest, I have some qualities of those that makes me wonder if maybe I have one of those, mainly ADD. But I've never been diagnosed with it. I'm already diagnosed with so much. I don't even know, man. Yeah, there's plenty of placebo meds that are just plain pills or sugar pills. You'd be surprised. Yeah, sugar pills are pretty common. But yeah, a lot of times they'll do like the tests where they'll try the actual medications alongside the sugar pills and see what's actually more effective, you know? Because sometimes the placebo is actually more effective. Placebo is crazy. I cannot sleep in the heat either, Barry. I usually need like a fan on me or something, just some sort of like air blowing over me, because if I sleep, like, I need a blanket. I'm one of those people who need a blanket, and it's like when I'm under a blanket, it just heats, and I'm a ball of heat, and I hate it. Actually, yeah, placebos only work when you don't know it's a placebo. That's the whole point of a placebo, is like you don't know that it's a sugar pill or whatever. I recently got a cooling blanket, which is really nice. It's not like magical, but it's still pretty good. You have autism too, Sergeant? Yeah, I feel like, I don't know, like it is kind of weird to think like, oh, how similar is everybody? But I feel like the internet in general kind of attracts certain types of people. And I think it's a good thing too, because it helps people find others who are very similar to them. And I think that's very important. And also the internet allows people to admit to that stuff more often, which is really nice, because I feel like when you're in person, it's a lot harder to be like, oh yeah, I have this condition, because it feels like so much more like people are going to judge you. Well, online, there's a lot less of that judgment. People end up being a lot nicer online when it comes to that. So yeah, I think, I don't know, I think it's nice so people can be open about what their problems are and stuff, because I think there's nothing wrong. Like, everybody's got their own like conditions and problems and things that make them different, and there's nothing wrong with that, you know? Oh yeah, I cannot sleep in the hot. I love when the room is nice and cold and then you just cuddle up with some blankets. I just like the cold in general. I'm not a big fan of heat. Alright, I need some stew. Oh, it's still so hot. It's still so hot. I thought it cooled down, but it's not. Oh well. So I guess. Oh yeah, no. Twitter is very judgmental. I guess not all the internet is not judgmental, but. Oh, drawing helps with your anxiety? That's so nice. You know what? Me too. But it's a double-edged sword, because my anxiety, listen, it's so weird. It's like my anxiety knows that drawing makes me feel better. So my anxiety tries to keep me from drawing by saying like, oh, you're no good at drawing. Don't draw. It's a waste of time. You're no good at it, you know. But then when I actually do draw, I'm like, oh my gosh, I love doing this. This makes my anxiety go away. Why did I not do it? Even trying to clean the house a lot more too. Yeah, clean houses, clean environments are very good for the mind. Very, very good for the mind. Writing stories and fanfics helps your anxiety. Yeah, a lot of creative things seem to help. Yeah, yep, nope, me, you too. Yep, I have the same issue. Yeah, anxiety is super frustrating to live with. But yeah, a lot of creativity, like creative stuff, seems to help with anxiety, and it's really nice. Like, I don't know what it is, but just creating something is just so good for the brain. Oh yeah. Yeah, heat sucks. That sounds like a nice day. Spring with a light breeze. Ah, yes, very nice. Today was okay weather-wise. It was very sunny, which made it hot, but then there was a breeze, so that made it nicer. Whew. Okay, so I think it's about time we pop into the game. We can keep talking about this stuff while we pop into the game. Oh, I do want to say, if you notice at the top, I have a goal set for 10 subscribers. I'll get the Twitch integration throwing system, which is where, like, if you send bits or some sort of redeem, I'll have things thrown at me. But I was thinking after I reach that goal, I'd like to do 15 subscribers, and then I'll do a karaoke stream for 15 subs. Oh, Steel, you never feel satisfied with your drawings. I know exactly what you mean. Oh, you like editing? I hate editing. Yeah. Rain is the best. I love rain. Oh, yes, rain is so nice. I love the rain. All right, are you guys ready? Aw. Well, thank you, Barry. I understand. Not everybody has the money for it, and I just appreciate you being a part of my community. I love that. Oh, Mech, you don't want to get spoiled? I totally understand. I totally understand, Mech. You know, you go have a good day and don't get spoiled so you can play this game and enjoy it on yourself. Yeah, Steel, it's tits. It's tits for short. Twitch integrated throwing system. Okay. See you next stream, Mech. I'll be back on Wednesday with Resident Evil 7. I'll be finishing up the game. Alright. Let's hop in. The end is never. Is this gonna be the same or... Oh, hey, don't... Hey. Yeah, of course you're accepted, Barry. No, of course you are. There's no need to feel like you wouldn't be. Like, oh my goodness, of course you are. You got most of the endings for the game, Sergeant? Oh, sound. You right.
So others might...
Oh, I ended up skipping it, but that's okay. It's okay, Barry. I'm just using Baba Petzo's money to pay himself. Oh yeah, the physical effects of anxiety. Yeah, we're going for all the bucket endings.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply... Warmth spread through Stanley's arms. With the bucket in his arms again, he was home.
I love you, Bucket. How are you? I missed you. You can suggest the first one. Yeah, go ahead. What ending would you like me to go for? I'm going to take a bite of my stew. What would you like me to do, Barry? Oh, Bucket. My dear, dear love. Bucket is love. Bucket is life. I love you, Bucket. The one you go to escape? Like the one I did the first time? Okay, yeah. I'll do that. Not
Stanley
the first time,
attached
but
the bucket tightly to his chest
the first stream.
And entered the door on his left.
Okay, so we're going for the escape one. We're gonna go this way. Or do you mean the one because the museum changes? Yeah, okay. With the bucket, gotcha. I figured. I was kind of thinking I wanted to do that one, so funny you brought that up.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever.
Please.
Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers.
Bucket, I'm so alone. We should be talking about the bucket now. Bucket.
Oh, Stanley. Can you feel it?
The bucket.
The broom closet. It wants the bucket.
No!
You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy?
No,
it's as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket. No. I can really feel it now.
No.
It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet.
No.
That's what the broom closet is trying to say here.
No.
It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies.
No, it's mine.
Good
it's
for you,
mine.
Stanley. Don't give in. Don't hand over the bucket. I know how hard it must be, given the pressure that the broom closet is putting on your shoulders right now, but you have to be strong. This is your bucket.
It's my bucket.
This is your companion and lifelong friend.
Yes.
You can't hand it over. Oh, no.
No.
We're getting into name-calling now, it seems. Is this how low the broom closet has sunk, that it has to resort to this stream of petty insults simply in order to get you to hand over the bucket? Stanley, I never liked this broom closet for a variety of reasons, but even this is worse than I had imagined. And wait, now the broom closet has the gall to imply that you and the bucket are not truly deep and lasting friends? That your relationship is purely superficial and convenient?
No.
That your life is so banal and meaningless that you'd feel the same sort of kinship towards any inanimate object which happened to lay in your path in an even partially enticing manner? Well, I never. Go on, Stanley. Lay into it. Really tell the broom closet off for its demeaning comments. Expand on the wide variety of experiences you and the bucket have shared together. Go through each of them point by point. Share your journal entries detailing the rich emotional landscape of your feelings for the bucket as they have changed and evolved over the years. Let him have it.
This bucket is my love. I have not known this bucket for long, but I knew as soon as I took it in my arms.
Okay, I got you something which I think will help settle this debate once and for all.
I was about to go on.
There. Now it's settled. No more debate, no more discussion. Take a hike, broom closet, with all your meandering philosophical diatribes about the nature of cleaning supplies and their relationship to broom closets in the natural order of things.
I get to keep my bucket. Okay.
All right, I've got a second sticker back here, and I'm going to slap it on as well because I think it's appropriate.
Oh, really?
You see? I feel that it works because the sticker is also a bucket.
I want a bucket sticker
that way,
in real life.
If you're ever unsure whether the thing you're holding is a bucket or not, you can look down at this sticker and say to yourself, ah, it's a bucket.
Oh,
there really
is
a wide variety of applications for this sticker.
It's very nice. Okay, do I get to defend my love for the bucket now?
You know what? No. I could take the name-calling and the dismissal of your kinship with the bucket, but now the broom closet is just giving us a silent treatment. And to be honest, I'm sick of the pettiness on display.
So petty.
You can stay here all you like, but I've had it with this impetulant room of cleaning supplies. Easily the most childish such room I've ever been in.
Yep.
I'll see you outside, and we can get on with the story about you and your bucket.
Very nice. All right, so now... the broom closet doesn't understand a relationship with the bucket. You're right. It doesn't understand. As soon as I took this bucket into my arms, I knew we had something special. There was like fireworks. There was sparks. There was whatever you want to call it. This reassurance warmth that came over me that I just knew the bucket and I were meant to be. And I can't believe that you ugly broom closet with unfinished drywall would have the gall to question my relationship with the bucket. This is my bucket, and you can never have it. Okay. All right. I think I feel better. Let's go.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Collectible!
You found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done.
That's fine for
me. You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
Yes, very good. Oh, I want to protect the bucket too. I want to protect the bucket. No one can have my bucket. I can't open it this time.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, bucket. In his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him always. The bucket would, and he knew it. The two of them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk. Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was 2845.
Wait, what did the narrator buy to get happiness? What?
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
Yeah, of course, narrator. How would I know the number?
For God But it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in, and the door just opened all by itself.
Oh,
and Stanley got the hell along
security.
with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
Get an achievement? For what, Sergeant? Can I... Do I have to put in a number? Can I... 888. Okay.
Eight.
Yeah, I got it. I got it. Thank you. Oh, you can't buy happiness. God knows I've tried. Curious what he tried to buy. Oh. Oh. Collectible!
Another miniature Stanley figurine. This, you know, there really must be a snappier name for these things. What about mini stands? Stanley figs? Or what about Stanlerines? Yes, I think I like that. Another Stanlerine under your belt.
I kind of like mini stands. I'm drinking coffee along with this too. I'm not sure if that's a good combination, but I need the caffeine.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
I need an IRL bucket. Reassurance bucket.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
But this says escape. I think. We're gonna escape!
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley and the bucket would both meet a violent death.
You know what? I don't mind meeting a violent death, but not my bucket. Can my bucket survive? Can I, like, toss the bucket to safety?
The door behind them was not shut. Stanley and the bucket still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley and the bucket were knowingly walking forward into a very painful death for each of them.
Oh no. Oh, Jacksepticeye paid the narrator to do the intro for the newest video? That's great. Oh! I'll toss the bucket to safety. The bucket is immortal. Oh, you're right. The bucket is fine. The bucket is immortal.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley and the bucket inched closer to their demise, Stanley reflected on how meaningless the bucket's warmth and comfort had turned out to be. To be sure, it puts the mind and the soul at ease to embrace the bucket. But what use is a sense of ease when you're about to be crushed to death? This is what Stanley thought to himself, and he sort of kicked himself for wasting so much time carrying a bucket everywhere.
We in the bucket
Farewell,
will live
Stanley.
forever. We'll live forever.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley and the bucket were led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, the bucket's life came to an end as it was crushed violently
Bucket
to
can't
death.
die. Bucket cannot die. Bucket, no. The bucket must live forever.
It was a shame, the death of such a magnificent bucket.
Poor bucket.
It's true that all buckets are radiant in their own way.
Yes.
But this one stood above the rest.
Is so special.
It was a glorious bucket to behold.
Wait, where's my bucket? Where's my bucket? The bucket. The bucket welcomes you to the grand exhibit. You are standing at the precipice of knowledge. Much like the bucket itself, the human mind is frequently empty within, a cavernous void. But through use of the exhibit in front of you, the mind becomes full and enriched and substantiated. Knowledge of the bucket and its history is the only true knowledge we have. Will you take what you learn here out with you into the world? Will you accept with an open mind what may be challenging about the information in this exhibit? Will you change the lives of yourself and your loved ones as a result of this exhibit? Or will you turn a blind eye and continue to live as you were in ignorance and darkness? Bucket? Bucket, my love.
Can you see how arrogant it was for Stanley to take a bucket like this and to claim it for his own? Can you see the hubris that blinded him?
No, bucket is
mine. Can you see that the bucket is far more noble than Stanley will ever be in his short life?
I know I'm not special, but I need Bucket. Bucket deserves better than me, but I need the bucket. The bucket is love. The bucket is life. Bucket. Buckets. Photograph of 25 buckets, the greatest number of buckets ever captured on camera. The photographer experienced catatonic shock for several weeks as a result of the euphoria from exposure to this many buckets at once. This is definitely more than 25 buckets. The Bucket Museum. I love the Bucket Museum already. Oh, look at Bucket. Look at Bucket. So beautiful. A bucket with 2 handles. This bucket is depicted as having 2 handles. Such a design has never been created in real life, having been deemed too dangerous and recklessly experimental. Every year, dozens are put to death just for attempting it. Oh. Oh, damn. Infernal Bucket. A replica of the Infernal Bucket, which in the medieval era was so powerfully alluring that it drove dozens of nations to war with one another for control of it. Billions died, and yet in spite of all of it, the simple fact remains: no one can control the bucket. But the bucket is mine. Oh. Oh, yeah. I feel it. Yeah. Worship the bucket. Cave drawing. While we know that buckets predate the existence of mankind, we do not know by how long. This cave drawing depicts early man's discovery of the practical uses of the bucket, by which time the bucket had already likely been around for several millennia. Notice in these drawings how the bucket is allowing itself to be used, having judged humanity to be worthy of its treasure. Also, apparently deer. Or whatever animal that is. I love it.
No man can own a bucket, and certainly not a bucket as dazzling to behold as this one. It is man who should kneel before the bucket.
Oh. It's the hanging bucket. This piece symbolizes the necessary relationship between the bucket and humanity. However clear our grasp of the bucket may be, there is yet more that is always out of reach. This distance, inevitably, is for our own good. I am worthy of the great bucket. I need the bucket! Oh. What? I didn't think it would let me. Take the bucket.
But there is something we can do. Something we can do together, you and I, that will right this terrible wrong.
Okay.
Let Stanley die. Let him be crushed by the machine. Don't reset the game. Don't give him another opportunity to run off with another beautiful bucket. We can save the world's buckets from their treatment as tools and implements if only we let Stanley die together. The bucket shall take its place as ruler, as leader,
yes,
as commander of a new world, a new vision.
Huh. Did Bucket live? Is Bucket okay? Is Bucket the new leader of us all? I hope so. Bucket? Bucket? Bucket. Bucket. Bucket.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
The bucket still has his
Stanley
stickers.
picked up the bucket and smiled.
Yes.
He'd never be alone again. Not truly alone. Not with the bucket around.
Yes. The bucket and I will be together forever. That was a good ending to start with.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room.
One of
But
the other
Stanley had
endings I
felt
got
the
last
bucket
time
calling to
see how
him,
different
telling
it
him
is.
that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door
Also,
on
there's
his
that
left to
collectible
go
over
back
here
to
I
the
want to
meeting
get,
room.
but I'm not sure how to get it.
No,
said the bucket.
Wait,
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo
There we
lift,
go.
yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
don't fall, don't fall, don't fall. Don't fall, don't fall. Absolutely, please do not fall.
Okay,
Yes!
I'm going back to the name of these little Stanley figurines.
I got
and now
4 out
I'm
of 6.
torn between Stanlerines and Figlies. What do you think, Stanley? What name
Stanlerines
better
between those two.
encapsulates the intrinsic sense of happiness that you get from seeing a small number in the corner of your screen go up by 1? Let me sit on it. I'm sure it will come to me.
Okay. What's in here? Huh? Wait. Is this new? What is this? Hello? Bucket? Bucket, hold me tight. Hold me tight, Bucket. I need you. Where are all these cassettes? What? What?
Okay, this is day number 295.
What's this?
Tape number... I don't even know. I've lost track. Nothing feels real anymore. The longer I study this bucket, the less sense anything makes. The sheer euphoria I feel every time I pick it up. No matter how many times I've done it, it's always
Mark didn't like the bucket?
same feeling.
Mark.
And the emptiness in my chest when I set it down. It doesn't make sense. There's no explanation for it. I still haven't figured out why I see the world so differently when this bucket is in my arms.
I love the bucket.
Why everything feels so... What do I do with this treasure?
Hold it close.
I can-
Never let it go.
I can monetize it. Yes. It's unthinkable the amounts of money people
Here you
will
go.
pay for even just
Monetization
an hour
and
with the
microtransactions.
bucket. This is my golden ticket.
Don't you dare charge
But
me
I
for
have
the
to be
bucket.
careful, because as soon as this gets out, there's going to be a target on my back. Even now, I don't know who might be trying to get... What's that? Who's there?
What?
Caporata.
What? What was that? I've not gotten the out of bounds ending, and no, I did not see the ending for that without the bucket. I didn't even know there was one without the bucket. What is this? I don't know, man. That's crazy. I don't know. I don't
All
get
of
it.
his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley
let's go
decided
back
to
to
go
the
to the
other
meeting
ending
room.
I was going
The
for.
good old bucket.
Oh,
Just
yes.
Stanley and the bucket.
Oh, yes.
Off on another thrilling adventure together. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Well, no, never mind. The bucket was
The
wrong.
bucket changes all.
Stanley
You're right.
took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No, I want to do the catwalk one.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yeah. Good,
Said the bucket.
now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But
No, this
Stanley
bucket
chose
is
not
special.
to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
Sorry, bucket. I have to go. Danger. It's danger everywhere. Oh yeah, there's an out of bounds ending for the base game and one for the bucket now. I don't know if I ever got the one for the base game. I thought I got all the endings for the base game. Are you telling me I didn't get all the endings for the base game when I first played it? Are you telling me there's more content to the original Stanley Parable than I knew about? What? That's mind-blowing.
No, stop. Look there on the wall. You see, there's a sign right there. It says,
No
no buckets
buckets?
past this point. Stanley, how could you think it was okay to bring the bucket here?
I need
What if the
the
problem
bucket.
is that you actually don't know what is a bucket and what isn't a bucket? I suppose that would explain a lot about your behavior up to this point.
What are you talking
Which,
about?
if that's true, well, my goodness. I think we have to do something about it.
What do you-
This misunderstanding could have dire consequences on the entire rest of the game if not addressed quickly and properly. So much of the impact of the story is dependent on your understanding of what is and isn't a bucket. Please, step in here for a moment.
I got jump scared by the Stanley Parable. It's dark. Oh, I don't like it. Is this
Now
a
then,
bucket?
I'm going to run you through some test scenarios, and you'll tell me whether or not the thing I'm showing you is a bucket.
Oh,
Simple enough, right? This should tell us everything we'll ever need to know about what is or is not a bucket.
Yeah, I like all the
Okay,
bucket
let's
endings.
begin.
That makes me so happy that everything is different now that you're holding the bucket.
Item 1.
Yes.
Is this a bucket?
It's not as great as my bucket, but that is a bucket.
Incorrect.
What?
It is a hologram of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
Oh.
Item 2. Is this a bucket?
Yeah.
Incorrect. It is a 3D printed recreation of a bucket, not an
Hey,
actual
you can
bucket.
still use it as a bucket, so it's still a bucket.
Item 3. Is this a bucket?
No.
Incorrect. This is a bucket.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Item 4. Is this a bucket?
Oh, I like the music. It's very, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Listen. They're trying to trick me. This is a bucket. Oh.
Are you hallucinating? This is a tractor.
Oh.
It's an enormous machine that tills the earth. I thought this was a gimmick. How on earth did you manage to screw it up? Absolutely incredible. Let's just move on to the next one.
Oh no.
Is this a bucket?
No, it's a tractor. Wait, to get the out of bounds ending, you go to the room with the TV stand on one of the chairs. On the TVs, stand on one of the chairs, then fall into the void. I think you understand what I mean. Okay. Yes, I think I know what you mean.
Incorrect. This is a bucket.
What?
Item 6. Is this a bucket?
I think you're...
Trick question. Both. Gotcha.
What? How's it both a bucket and not a bucket? Is it in a box? Is this Schrodinger's bucket?
Item... Wait, hold on. I can't find the next one. Let me see. It should be around here somewhere.
Okay, TK, we all see buckets. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you. There's nothing here.
I was right
Of course
for
it isn't a
once.
bucket. We both know full well that nothing isn't a bucket. Wait, when I say nothing isn't a bucket, that makes it sound like I'm saying everything is
Everything
a bucket,
is
which
a
of course
bucket.
is not true.
Everything
unless,
is a bucket.
Is that what you think?
Yes.
Answer me straight, Stanley. Are you trying to tell me that you believe everything is a bucket? You know what? I'm too confused to even sort it out. I've lost all sense of perspective. What is a bucket? What isn't a bucket? Mere moments ago I could answer these questions with confidence. And yet now I'm somewhat adrift. Do any of us know what a bucket
We're
is?
all buckets.
Am I a bucket? Stanley, I can't keep doing this. I'm losing myself, and myself was all I ever had to begin with. I'm afraid the bucket is threatening to tear our relationship apart. I can't have that. I'm sorry. But I'm going to erase all buckets
No.
from the game
No.
entirely.
No.
Okay.
No.
Here we go.
No. No.
What happened? Is everything gone? Why did everything disappear?
Because
Wait,
everything is a bucket.
was everything a bucket?
Everything's a bucket.
Every single thing in the game was a bucket. Oh my God, I had no idea. How could... Except me. I'm not a bucket after all. And you, Stanley, you're still here. You're not a bucket either. Oh, this is wonderful news. We're not buckets.
Yeah, but I want
Yes,
my bucket.
I actually feel much more at ease right
No,
now.
I need my bucket.
It's delightful to get some clarity
I
on
can't
that
be
issue, but
at
it
ease
doesn't
without
change
my
the
bucket.
fact that we haven't got a game. So, tell you what, I'll reset everything.
my bucket.
We'll put back all of the buckets, okay?
Yes,
And we'll know that it's all a bucket. But if
Yeah.
you run into anyone else, maybe don't mention that.
Right.
Who knows what that information might do to a
TK
person.
is a bucket.
All right, here we go.
I am bucket. You know, like the game, like I am toast or I am bread. I am bread. I am bucket. Bucket, bucket, please be back.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley
Bucket.
decided to go to the meeting room. Where are
Bucket.
we going today? The bucket asked. Stanley just smiled.
Mhm.
Anywhere they went together would be perfectly fine with him.
I agree. Alright, I think the next ending
Stanley
I'm
clutched the
gonna do
bucket tightly to his... This was
is,
not
I think, the
correct way to
last
the
regular
meeting room.
ending I got.
But Stanley had felt the bucket calling to
Which
him,
I did last
telling
time,
him
actually.
that the employee lounge was simply the place to
We
be.
know the secret to
And
the
here
world,
it
now
was.
everything
Had the
is a
bucket
bucket.
turned out to be correct? Well, no, never mind. The
It's a
bucket was
bucket.
wrong.
Does that mean
Stanley
that if
took
I
the
take
door on his
anything,
left
I have
to
a
go back to
reassurance
the meeting,
bucket?
and so the two
I
of
don't
them
know.
detoured
Just
through
because
the
everything is a
maintenance
bucket
section
doesn't
and walked
mean
straight ahead
everything
to the
is
opposite door.
the reassurance bucket.
Oh, good Stanley. I'm glad you found your way here.
Really?
I knew you'd find
What?
this place eventually.
We care about you, Stanley. That's so sweet. You telling me everything here cares about me?
You see, your friends and I are concerned for you, Stanley. We've come
Why?
together here because we care about you very much.
I
It's this bucket you're carrying around everywhere.
no.
The bucket isn't even from the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters
No.
from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the
No.
Broom Closet.
No.
Because that's what fans want from a sequel. They want more of their favorite jokes.
No, I
not
want the
this
bucket.
bucket that they've never seen before.
I want the bucket.
Yes, I know I'm the one who gave you the bucket, but
No.
you're spending too much time with it. Don't you want another story involving the Adventure Line? We could make the Adventure
Mannequin
Line
Wife
go
bucket
somewhere
is better
new.
than you.
Yes, yes, that's what the fans want. Let's do it.
No, I Don't take away my bucket. Don't take away my bucket.
Whee! Look at that wacky line. Who knows where it'll go off to next? Oh, and it played some silly music as well. Now this is what the Stanley Parable is all about. Don't you remember all those great jokes from the original dialogue?
Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Yes, it's as classic now as it was back then. Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly like this. But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something up.
No. Do not take the bucket from me.
Don't you get it, Stanley? We need to get rid of the bucket.
No!
That's why I'm very proud to introduce a brand new character. This is the Bucket Destroyer.
No! No!
I think it'll make a wonderful
No,
new
let me out of
addition to
here.
the rich lore of the Stanley
Let me out of
Parable.
here.
True, it also was not in the original game, but it's such a well-fleshed-out character with so much personality that to me it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree?
No, bucket.
Can you guess what the Bucket Destroyer does?
No.
Surely you don't need me to spell it out for you.
No.
Go ahead now, Stanley. Say goodbye to the bucket, and then pop it into the machine when you're ready.
Remember how I talked last time about how in Portal they gave you the companion cube and I was so quick to destroy it because I wasn't attached? This is the opposite. I can't do this. I love the bucket. The bucket is my friend. It's got my name and the bucket sticker on it. I can't do it. No. No.
Now listen to me. It's crucial that you give it the bucket.
No.
I don't know what the Bucket Destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket.
Turn it off.
Destroying buckets is all
Turn
it
it off.
knows. That is its singular personality
Turn it
trait.
off.
Sure, I can hear you saying, how does a character with only one personality trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved Stanley
not.
Parable characters? Well, you see, if you were to really explore the Bucket Destroyer, you would see that its desire to crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's really like 10 personality traits. What other object in this game can you even say that about? The broom closet? Certainly not. I wonder what sort of Bucket Destroyer merchandise the fans will be clamoring for
I
after
want
this.
bucket merchandise instead.
Okay, the Bucket Destroyer is getting very upset now. You'll have to hurry and feed it.
No.
We can't get back to the classic Stanley Parable characters like the Adventure
Get me out
Line
of
or
here.
the Bucket Destroyer until you crush that damn bucket.
No.
Quickly now. The fans are waiting. Do it, the fans, Stanley.
No.
Give the fans what they want.
No.
Hurry and... The Bucket Destroyer. My prized creation. You had so much potential. We were going to do such marvelous things with you, tell such spellbinding stories about you. All of it squandered
Fans
now.
want the bucket.
Goodbye, new friend.
Go away.
For the moment in time that you were here,
It's evil.
you were magnificent.
No, it was evil. Yeah, the fans love the bucket. I don't know what you're talking about, narrator.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Gotta get the bucket.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Bucket.
A good bucket. A strong bucket.
Yes.
A humble
Yes.
bucket. A committed bucket. A bucket of culture and distinction.
I think I did the ending where you jump out the window when I first played it. But I don't remember how to get it.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
At one of the desks. Oh! Wait. This is... Trust the completionist instinct. Yes. How can we find them? Small floating objects appeared across the office. We have to synergize our resources for ensure their retrieval. Many questions. There's no memo management. It's new with the bucket too. How can you tell you spy one? What makes them float in the air? Who took these pictures of them? Sorry, I found the one in the bathroom. Red room? Wait, where's the red room? What is that picture? That drawing? That drawing's a little better. First 2 rooms, you can jump out the window. Okay, I'll do that next time.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
This is a red room. Yes!
You're getting close now, Stanley.
One more!
You've nearly gotten all of the Figler and Marines.
No.
Very soon, you'll
No,
collect
not
the
that
last
many.
one. And then the first number will equal the second number, and that will be it. We'll be different people by then.
Yes.
Different in the sense that we used to have none of them. And
Yes.
now we have them all.
Yes!
You can't go back to when you had no Figler and Marines. None of us can.
I hate that name. Figler and Lurie. What?
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy.
Oh no.
He looked down at the bucket in his arms.
Bucket?
Am I crazy?
Bucket?
He asked the bucket. The bucket returned his gaze, but said nothing at all.
Bucket.
That's strange, Stanley thought. Usually the bucket is a source of guidance and wisdom for me
could you?
in difficult times such as these. He held the bucket close,
Bucket,
yet felt
please.
none of its familiar reassurance and comfort.
No.
And that's when Stanley realized, this isn't my bucket. It's just a normal,
No.
everyday bucket. Someone else's bucket.
But it's got my name
How
on
did
it.
I end up with someone else's bucket? This is all terribly
How-
wrong.
how could
Surely
this
no
happen? It's
good
got-
would come from this. Who knows what sorts of bizarre hallucinations Stanley might experience
Where's
without
my
the
bucket?
psychologically grounding presence of his bucket.
Bucket, please!
Indeed. Now he noticed that the rooms were repeating, which was, of course, very odd.
No, where's my
Now he
bucket?
felt himself floating off the ground.
No, I need my bucket.
Gracious,
No,
he
no, 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 no,
exclaimed.
no.
Without my bucket, I've gone truly mad.
Where's
Where
my
is
bucket?
It? I must find it. Far off in the distance now, he heard it calling to him.
Bucket?
Stanley! Stanley, it's me! The bucket!
Where are you?
Could
Bucket?
it truly be?
Wait.
He rushed forward from room to room, passing
Where?
by one bucket after the
Where?
next. None of them were
This
his.
one has 2
None of them were
handles.
his special bucket.
Come
Someone's
to
gonna
me,
die because of that
Stanley.
bucket.
Find me!
Bucket?
He had to
Which
find
one?
the bucket. He had to return to his old friend. It was the only way to truly restore his sanity. And then suddenly, he froze dead in his tracks.
Bucket?
He knew where the voice of the bucket had been coming from.
Where?
The real bucket was inside of him all along.
Bucket?
It was incredibly painful.
Oh no.
Stanley doubled over in agony
No.
and blacked out.
No.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, picked up her bucket of comfort and security, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town, talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. Right away, she knew what the problem was. This man had no bucket. Of
right.
course he'd gone mad, ranting and raving about a narrator describing all of his actions and how everything is predetermined and free will is an illusion and it's all just a video game. It could all have been prevented if only he'd taken his bucket with him.
I
Perhaps
lost
he
my
didn't
bucket.
even realize he'd forgotten his bucket at home in the first
My
place.
bucket.
How cruel the world can be, Mariella thought, and she hugged her own bucket even tighter.
Oh, bucket.
But of course, she had no time for this. There were a myriad of confusing problems she would soon have to confront at work, for which her bucket would provide absolute guidance and total clarity on everything. Heck yes, she thought to herself, my life kicks ass. And she backflipped all the way to work.
That goes to show you the power of the reassurance bucket. You find a dead body and you just hug the bucket and you're like, yeah, my life is the best. Okay, which
All of his co-workers were
desk
gone.
do I get on top
What
of?
could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Is it this one?
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Oh, Is this it? Huh.
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map
Mean?
until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along.
Oh.
He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be?
Yeah.
Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in?
Yeah. Take a sip of coffee.
Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
No.
Ah, then in that case, we'll continue. But now, here comes the real question. What do you think would have happened if you had told me that you wanted this to stop? Do you think it would have been particularly different? Would I have taken the same idea but rephrased it superficially to fit that answer?
Yeah.
Perhaps you never would even have thought of it if I hadn't brought up the issue in the first place. Oh, now think about it. Will it be worth it for you to restart and then come back here just to do the other option?
Would it?
Clearly, this whole gag takes some time. What if the other option is even longer? How long will you spend in total just to have heard all the narration? Oh, and this is rich. Perhaps you've just played the other option, and now you've come to see what happens in this one. So, what do you think? Which choice was the better one? Imagine if you had selected Continue on your first playthrough, how tantalizing it would be not knowing what happens when you pick the other option.
Huh?
Indeed, you are one of the lucky ones. Though if the other option is really miserable to listen to, then perhaps you're not. In fact, I'm just going to say that no one who's listening to this is lucky.
Oh.
Well now, I've built up the other option so much that I'm going to stop talking and leave you to your decision whether to come back here, continue with the game, or just sit in this spot forever and ever. Cheers.
Wait. What do I do? Wait. Wait, am I stuck? Do I need to restart the game? Yeah. I figured. Alright, let's get the bucket and do that. Wait. Is this different? Bucket?
Ah, the embrace of an old friend. A weathered companionship that stands the test of time. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
This is weird. I couldn't jump out the window again. There will be a reward for finding them all. Oh! Hey! It shows where... Okay. So inside of a sequel exhibit, we got that. A large room, lots of boxes. Yeah, that one was the one that was in the, with the crane. Stairs, something to do with stairs. Underneath the stairs. Nearby a fireplace. That was... Where was that one? And a private but smelly place for an important person. The bathroom. So now we gotta find somewhere both red and blue. When I think red and blue, I think of that ending where you had the red and blue doors, but we went for that one and there were no red and blue doors. Looks like 27. Ha ha ha. Gotta collect them all. Is this some kind of game? There must be a point. Somewhere both red and blue.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
This is red. Get the red and blue door. Oh, you can only do it without the bucket. Okay. So it is... Oh, hey. It let me in this time. Is this different with the bucket? Oh, yeah. voiceover. Oh well.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire, if not for the soothing presence of the bucket.
If not for the bucket. The bucket saved me.
In his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him always.
Yes.
The bucket would.
Good bucket.
And he knew it.
Good
The
bucket.
two of them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk. Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was 2845.
Okay, we're just gonna get right to the point this time.
But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck.
Oh,
Was
so
it
lucky.
the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding
told
him?
me.
Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Maybe... Is this by the fireplace? Is there a fireplace? Is this a fireplace? Maybe that's a fireplace. Maybe that's what they were talking about with the fireplace one, because that was the one I couldn't think of.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
Okay. So get up here.
But just as Stanley was about to proceed further into the mind control facility, he tripped and fell over the railing and into the dark void below. Thankfully, he fell directly onto the bucket, which safely cushioned his fall.
Thank you, Bucket.
Now, what to do next, Stanley wondered. Stanley and the bucket could find no way out of this enormous pit, and so eventually they decided that the best thing to do would be to simply get comfortable down here. So they set up a little couch and relaxed.
Oh.
It really wasn't so bad down here. A bit cold, perhaps.
Yeah.
After some time had gone by, they installed a few shelves as well, and a sort of kitchenette that was useful for when the bucket was craving paninis.
Yeah, sounds good.
But it wasn't until the rugs and the standing lamps came in that it really started to feel like a home.
Yeah.
In fact, after some time, Stanley realized that it had been ages since he had even thought of the mind control facility at all.
Yeah, there's no
He'd
need.
never gotten to fully explore what was up there, never been able to unearth the many mysteries of the mind control facility. This lack of closure began to eat at him. Soon he was dwelling on his regrets, and the state of their home slowly decayed as Stanley became withdrawn and neglected the cleaning.
No.
It unsettled the bucket deeply. Stanley wasn't usually like this. The bucket tried to reach out to him again and again, but to no avail.
Bucket.
All Stanley could think about, all he could talk about, was going back, doing it over again, staying on the path.
No.
It was a mistake to leave the path.
I'm happy with the bucket.
It was a mistake. I need to do what the narrator says. I need to see the true ending. This made no sense at all to the bucket, which was simply trying to live its life down here as comfortably as possible. Yet Stanley was unconsolable.
Oh no.
This isn't an ending. This is just a hole in the ground. The bucket sighed. True, it wasn't an ending. But it's where we happen to be. And maybe, possibly, if we accept the reality of things, maybe this will become an ending eventually.
Yes.
It's what the bucket was counting on.
Bucket?
The two of them waited for a very long time.
Bucket?
All of his co-workers were... Wait, no. This isn't the right office, is it? Is this Stanley's office?
It was Stanley's office. I closed. Shoot. I was too eager to get out. Give me the bucket.
The bucket made Stanley want to be a better man and a better co-worker. In time, perhaps,
I
we
just
would
gotta
become
narrate my
both
life.
of those things.
Agreed. Come on. Oh. There we go. Just takes a little finagling. We did it, Bucket! We escaped!
Yes! Whispered the bucket into Stanley's ear.
We've done it. We've escaped from that dull office and that pesky narrator. At last, out here in the white void, we are alone. Now, and for the first time, I can reveal to you my true self.
Really?
The bucket began to tell Stanley of its life and its history, of the countless wars it witnessed, desecrating the land and lives of untold numbers of innocent humans, and the bucket's own complicity therein, of sadness and regret, and the many years it spent dwelling on the actions it might have taken to curb the madness and the decay, if only it had been stronger, of hope and redemption, and its crusade to uplift the stock of life for the common man, to manifest justice where none existed, and the bittersweet reality of time, to see one's dreams and wishes met halfway, meted out in parcels like charity, and abandoned as soon as the warm glow of inspiration begins to dim. The opportunities to do so much more. There was so much it could have done, perhaps, the bucket wondered to itself. Perhaps if it had seen its own darkness with a clearer perception.
Bucket?
This was way too much for Stanley.
Bucket.
What are you talking about?
He screamed.
You're a bucket?
No.
To this, the bucket furrowed
How dare
its
you say
brow.
that to the bucket?
No,
Said the bucket.
not since the evil wizard Gamhorata
Gamhorata,
first ensnared
that's what
me
the guy
in his
said.
machinations as payback for the sacred amulet I stole from his treasured vaults. I was young back then and could not conceive the ramifications of... No!
Stanley screamed even
No,
louder
don't
this
stop him.
time.
This is stupid!
No, let him speak! Let him speak!
Bucket! This is so stupid! Why are we even doing this?
As Stanley screamed and screamed and screamed, the bucket revealed its true form, transforming into a mighty beast of untold power, its fangs glistening like...
Wait. What? Huh? Huh? Eh? Ah?
My God, Stanley, you did it.
No!
You saved us from the bucket. Thank God you already had all 12 emblems of sages and knew the incantations to summon their true power. Otherwise, we would have easily been overwhelmed by the bucket's power. I'm speechless. You've demonstrated such bravery here today. Come, let's restart the game, and we'll agree to never again go trifling with this bucket.
No, I still
nor
love
the
him.
dark magic cast away
I don't
inside
care if
of
he's
it.
a monster. I still love him. Bucket. No, Bucket wasn't evil. He was a good Bucket. No, I love
All of his
Bucket.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Bucket, I still love you. But we just have to spend some time apart, just for a little bit. I promise I'll be back for you. Oh, Bucket.
When Stanley
The
came to
bucket
a
just
set of
needs
2
some
open
love.
doors, this was not the correct way to the
bucket
meeting room,
absolutely
and
just
Stanley
needs some
knew it
love.
perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Standing now in this incredible room, Stanley but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
I need to get that last collectible.
Stanley was so bad at following
Also, I didn't know
directions, it's
there was
incredible he
that
wasn't
ending.
5
I'll have to
years
see
ago.
what that's like. I might come back for that one too,
Look,
to see
Stanley,
what it's
I
like
think
without the
perhaps
bucket.
we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
Yeah,
I'm not
I'll
your
do that
enemy,
after I
really,
get
I'm
the
not.
last collectible.
I realize
I'm
that
eager to
investing
get the
your
last
trust in
collectible.
someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you.
The
all
bucket
this
just needs some
time.
love, but the barrel
There's
doesn't
someone
deserve
you've been
any.
neglecting,
You right?
Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please.
What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side.
There he is.
Give me a chance. And there it is. The last Stiggly Wiggly. Savor this moment, Stanley.
Yes!
This is a real accomplishment.
it, guys!
This is doing something just for the sake of doing it. Where so many people expect to be rewarded for the most trivial achievements, you've insisted that a job well done is its own reward.
Yep.
I would tell you that I'm proud of you for collecting them all, but that would be like a reward, and we can't have that.
Oh.
So, instead I'll just say, it's done.
Yeah.
We're all done here.
Yeah.
And now we can go to whatever the hell you were doing before you hunted for figurines.
Okay.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Okay, so last time I did this, should I just restart? Or you know what? No, I'm going to listen to him.
Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I wanted to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think,
yeah.
well, I think I have a solution.
Oh yeah, celebration.
Here, let me show you.
I need a dancing TK emote. Maybe I'll make one once I have another animated one available, because I can only have one animated one right now.
What do we want? What are we looking for?
Oh, it's this ending. I love this ending.
Here.
It's so pretty.
Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy. I actually feel happy.
It's so nice. Oh, look at that. Oh, pretty. Is this like something you'd see in VR chat? You go to one of those worlds that are just supposed to be like super pretty and just have like particle effects and stuff like that. This is VR chat. I can't walk off the side. Okay, what if I go back? Oh.
No, wait. Where are you going? Oh no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this. Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me. Please, Stanley, think about what you're doing.
I want to restart the game.
No! Oh, thank God you lived. No, what are you doing, Stanley? Please,
bye, Sergeant.
I'm asking you not to take this away from me. I can't go back to what I was before. If you die, we'll both go back. Why are you doing this?
I need to restart the game. I must restart the game.
Stanley, let's go back to the other room. Can you do that for me? My God. Is this really how much you dislike my game?
I just want to restart it.
You'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it? You are literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy. Am I reading the situation correctly?
I just want to restart.
Or maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore. I just wanted us to get along. But I guess that was too much to ask. It looks like you wanted to make a choice after all. Well, yes. This one is yours.
Just let me out of here. Just set me free. Yeah, the non-bucket tape ending I'll do next.
Is it over? It's going to restart, isn't it?
Yes.
I'm going back.
Dang, dude, real loud.
Stanley, I'm sorry, but I have to put a pause
What?
on things. It's just, it's those figurines. Those figlets.
Excuse me?
I haven't stopped thinking about them since you nabbed every last one. Wasn't it just the most intrinsically fulfilling
back
moment
there?
of your entire life? Didn't it fill you to the brim with inner richness?
It
Yes,
did, but what's
I know
back
we're
there?
supposed to be telling a story, but won't you please indulge me with one more trip back to the memory zone?
Oh.
I would love nothing more than to revisit the figurines. Just one more time.
Okay. I'm fine with going to the memory zone. Now remembering when Stanley found the collectibles. Yeah. It was a good time finding all those collectibles. Anything new here? Wait, weren't there 3 rewards last time? Where's the other reward?
Here's where it all began. The first collectible. Back then, we had no idea of how many of them we'd find. Sure, it said 6 right there on the screen, but how could we know for certain?
Yeah.
We were so innocent. We'll never be like that again, Stanley.
I got 7 out of 6.
And here was a second Stanley. You found this one all on your own, just by poking around in the boss's bathroom. You did that, Stanley. I'll be honest. Back then, I had no faith in you to find any of them, let alone 6. But you continue to surprise me in all sorts of mundane, unremarkable ways.
8! Wait, where do I go? Oh.
Okay, let's do a little quiz. Which of these rooms was the room you found your third mini Stan? Can you remember?
I think so. Because I already got the one from the...
No. The warehouse was the 4th place you found a Stanley, not the 3rd. Well, I guess perhaps I shouldn't be surprised. Memories like these are so precious and so cherished that they all just sort of blend together, don't they? You know what? If the warehouse feels like the 3rd place you found a collectible, then who am I to go making judgments?
What? What was that?
Let's see. What came next? Oh yes, we found a Figley in this pink room.
Huh?
Oh, well, I can't actually say I remember being in this room, but it's here in the memory zone, so it must have happened.
No. Okay. Why is there a giant apple in the pink room? I don't know.
This was the 5th mini Stan, and this one was really something special. It was under the stairs. I remember it so clearly. In fact, because this one is particularly special to me, I made a little video to commemorate the occasion.
Really?
Enjoy.
The early days of YouTube! Yeah! I did! You're welcome! Best boy, the narrator.
Takes you back, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely.
I spent a lot of time making that video, but it was 8 minutes I wouldn't have spent on anything else.
I'm in.
And then, Stanley, then we came to the last collectible, the Final Figurine, right here by the red and blue doors.
Yay.
This memory is the most distinct and clear in my mind, perhaps because it was the one that happened more recently
Yeah, they
than all
absolutely
the others.
used Movie
Who
Maker.
can
They actually
truly say
used
how
it.
the mind
It's
works?
great.
All I know is that this is the moment where you picked up a Figley and I thought to myself, yes, that's all of them. They're all collected. It was a moment unlike any other. Except for the other moments picking up figurines, which it was exactly like.
Yeah. 12! did it. What? You are in the present.
And then there was no more. Because we've caught up to the present moment. Nothing left to do but move
Let me give me the nostalgia injector right into my
Goodbye,
veins.
memory zone.
Oh. No more nostalgia.
No, I'm not done. I'm not ready to move on. Stop the loading screen. Isn't there some way we can stay here, keep enjoying these figurines? Let's just go backwards. We'll do the memory zone again from the opposite direction. See how that feels.
Okay. Do I get to collect the figurines again?
Okay, yes. The room with the red and blue doors. I remember this. I must say, of all the figurines we looked at in our initial tour of the memory zone, this one is the most distinct and clear in my mind. Let's keep going. I want more.
Okay. He wants more. We gotta give him what he wants.
And here's where I made that video. Don't you remember the video we watched?
We did. I do.
Yes, I love that video. Still don't remember the pink room, Stanley.
No.
Still no memory of this one. Good room, though. A solid room.
I don't know. I don't really like it that much. It's too pink. Oh my gosh, Mr. Motorcycle, calm down. What if I jump off here?
These really were a treat to hunt down. You know, if there had been any kind of reward for finding all of these, it really would have muted the intrinsic joy of collecting them. I'm very glad we resisted the temptation. Next one.
That was creepy. What if I go this way? It's just not gonna let me. It's just not gonna let me. Oh, yeah, it was this one. This one was the one I found. I didn't recognize the picture until now.
This was our second Figley. Don't you remember?
Wait.
Yes, I remember it too.
Wait, I'm
The
lost.
past is truly a wonderful thing. Why does anyone ever choose to leave it?
Yeah!
Keep going.
You're right.
This is it. The very first one we found in the exhibit where I introduced you to the figurines.
I got 18 now.
I want more memories, Stanley. I want to keep going. What else is there? What came before this?
Oh. Hey, we're back here. Oh, but not exact. Oh, it's the jump circle.
Look, it's the terrible new content that we were originally sold on. I remember hating it back then, but time does put a rosy filter on everything.
Sure.
In fact, I dare say I'm actually quite fond of it now. Look how much fun the past is. I want more. More memories.
Oh no. We're trapped. We're absolutely trapped.
Oh, yes. The two doors. Who could
no.
have forgotten that? A classic memory, this one.
Mm-hmm.
And before everything else, there was your office.
Yep. That's it. That's all we can
Is there
reminisce
anything
on.
else?
Nope.
Was there something that came before your office? There's something I feel I can remember. I can remember.
Nope. 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 There's nothing. There's nothing. Please, just let me out.
Yes, I'm remembering something now.
What?
I remember before this whole story got started. Back then I was different. I used to make big decisions. I was passionate. I was skeptical. I weighed each decision with profound thoughtfulness. And then somewhere along the way, I stopped making decisions. I became lazy. And I came up with a character named Stanley to do my thinking for me.
Huh.
He would make the decisions. He would decide which way to go. I would cheer him on as he collected figurines for no reason. Why did I invent Stanley? Was I lonely? Yes, perhaps that's it. Perhaps I needed to imagine I had companionship. And Stanley really did make for a wonderful companion, even if he was a fiction. But I suppose it's grown old. I want to think for myself again. I want to go back to how it used to be. Yes, I can be on my own again. I can do it. I'll be stronger this time. I'll take care of myself. I don't need Stanley anymore.
Wait.
Oh, but he truly was so much fun to play
No,
with.
don't get rid of me.
You know what? Since we're in the memory zone, how about one more good memory?
What?
Let's go back just once and give Stanley one more run of the office, and then I'll retire him for good.
No.
I did enjoy telling his story so very much.
No, you can't.
Okay, here we go. This is the story of a man named Stanley.
You can't. You can't do this to me.
Just a step through this door, Stanley thought to himself, that's all I need. If I can make it through this door, I can make it through them all.
I'm nervous. I mean, I said I'd get the tape ending, so we're gonna do the tape ending, but is it actually gonna end after that? Am I gonna not have any more?
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Stanley felt lightheaded, butterflies in his stomach. Giddy in a way, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
I'm nervous. And I missed my bucket. I need my bucket right now, but I need to get this without the bucket. I already got this with the bucket.
He wasn't fired years ago.
I need the bucket. Guys, send me buckets in the chat, because I need a bucket right now.
Stanley had now gotten himself so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun.
You didn't think I was actually just a recording, did you? What a silly and trite explanation that would be. All the back and forth between you and me, all the absurd adventures we've been through, and it all turns out I'm just a tape recording? It was all just in Stanley's head. I bet that's the kind of twist you think is revelatory. I bet each and every time you watch a movie where it turns out all to be in the main character's imagination, you must absolutely bolt off the couch in pure shock at the phenomenal and intricate storytelling.
No.
It must be so simple
Yes,
to
give
be
me the
you.
monster bucket.
Life
I want
being
the
an
monster bucket.
unending
He just needs
waterfall
love.
of surprises
He's not a
and
monster.
delights. How
It's
much
like
more
Beauty and the
exciting you must
Beast,
find
okay?
the
You
world
just
than the
gotta
rest
give
of us
him love,
do.
and then he'll be fine.
Now I've become sad. Look what you've done to me. This is all your fault.
I'm sorry. Huh? No. No. Don't actually end this.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I need the bucket. Thank
Not
you.
everyone is so lucky to have a bucket, but Stanley is
I
a
feel
very
so
lucky
much better.
fellow. Very lucky indeed.
Yeah. Yes, I am. I am so much better with the bucket. Huh?
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Okay. The monster bucket reminds me of an SCP that's actually a river, but everyone sees it as a house cat. What? That's ridiculous.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed
I
the
love
bucket's
it.
warmth and
I love
comfort now
SCPs.
more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to
Oh,
the
a
boss's
tiger,
office.
not a river. Yeah, that seemed like a weird river, but everyone sees it as a house cat. No. No, I understand. That makes more sense.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an
It's just lazy
indication of
Ryan
any
to say
human
it's all in
life.
someone's head.
Crushed
The
by the
character's
weight of
head,
this
yeah. That
revelation,
was very
Stanley
lazy
may
Ryan.
have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos.
Okay.
It would be with him always.
Okay,
The
I'm
bucket
gonna...
would. And he knew it. The two of them were inseparable.
gosh.
At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk. Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the pin number for the keypad was 2845.
Okay, you done talking, buddy? Okay, I'm gonna propose something here. So, I think there's not a whole lot left. At least of new content. I could be wrong. But I think there's not a whole lot left of new content. So I could just do the last few bucket endings and finish off Stanley Parable and not stream it again. Or I can stop the stream now and I can come back with this next week. Get some of the non-bucket endings I haven't gotten yet, and then the rest of the bucket endings, and I could get a full stream out of that. What do you guys think? Should I finish the stream now, or should I finish the game now, or save it for another stream? Stop stream? You want to stop the stream? I'm totally okay with that. Because I would like, honestly, one more stream out of this. And it might be nice if before next stream, I can have a bucket emote for my subscribers. Okay, you want... Okay, yeah, because I can get some of the other endings that are non-bucket related. Because otherwise, if I finish it this time, it would just be the last, like, couple bucket endings. Yeah, saying goodbye to Stanley is so hard. I love this game, and I want to drag it out to another stream, personally. Because I want one more. And then, like I said, maybe I'll have, like, a bucket emote. Steel, were you the one who said you had some ideas for a bucket emote? Let me know. Tell me in my post in the Discord or something like that. And then maybe I can get that. I can replace one of my current emotes with that. Or maybe I can make it one of my bits emotes, so then even non-subscribers, if they give me bits, then they can do like a one-time thing to get the emote. I don't know. But yeah, let's stop this for now, and I'll see if I can get a bucket emote by next time. I don't want to say bye to Stanley. The beginning of next week too is gonna be kind of busy for me. Oh, you have some edited examples? You've got to send them? Okay, yes, please send them to me. But yeah, I'm gonna be kind of busy next week, so I probably won't be back with Stanley Parable until like Wednesday, so it'll be a little longer than a week from today, which should give me enough time to get the bucket emote ready. But what do you guys think? Should I make it a subscriber emote, or should I make it a cheers emote? Like, what should I do for that? Or maybe I could just make it a regular follower emote, because I feel like everybody wants the bucket. And I don't necessarily want to make it so that you have to give some sort of compensation for it. I think I don't have any follower emotes, so maybe I'd be able to make brand new emotes then? Follower emote? Okay, I could do a follower emote for the bucket. Follower emote? Yeah. Okay. So as long as you're following me, you'll be able to get the bucket emote. I think those are all. You want to use the bucket? Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm like, everyone's going to want to use the bucket, but... So maybe it's not. Maybe I shouldn't lock it behind anything, because I think I have a fresh set of like follower emotes. You can have like a few of those. I'd have to check on it, but I'm not entirely sure. But I think I haven't looked into the follower emotes because I only had enough emotes for subscribers that were already made. But yeah, maybe I can add a few like meme specific follower emotes or something like that. But yeah, I think that's it then. I will be back Wednesday for Resident Evil. Resident Evil 7, and that will most likely be the end to the game, and I might get some of the DLC. If not, that might be the next stream. I don't know I know we're near the end of the game, but I don't know exactly how long the rest of the game is. So we'll see how long that takes, but I should be finishing off the game. And then, so maybe DLC. If not, the next time I'll do DLC. Okay, but yeah. So I'll be back Wednesday, same time, same place. This should be up on YouTube tomorrow. I just gotta make sure I get it up. Let me see if there's anyone I'd like to raid. If any of my friends are going right now or anything like that. Ah, Mata's going. Let's raid Mata. Okay, let me get her stream up. All right, everyone. If you're leaving now, then good night. Have a good evening, all of that stuff. If not, I'm going to be raiding one of my friends here, so it'd be really nice if you could at least pop by and say hi to them and let them know that I sent you there. Okay? All right. There she is. Start raid. All right, let's hop by and say hello to her. All right. Goodbye, everyone. Have a good night.